Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Our Stock Trade. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and we're going to share 35 books regarding the stock market. Now you might be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Al, you must be joking here. That's a lot of books. And my answer to you is if you go ahead and look at the most successful people in the world, what differentiates them? It's the ability to take in knowledge and use that knowledge and integrate it within the library of your larger knowledge. And then the third part of that is taking that knowledge and being able to recognize opportunities, recognize actions to where that specific knowledge fits in. Now, I wish I can have a whiteboard right now, and I do, it's over there, but imagine if you have literally 3 steps. Step 1, acquire knowledge. Step 2, be able to store and integrate that knowledge. And step 3, being able to apply that knowledge. Unfortunately, as I've been literally teaching people for over 10 years and being in the market as well during this time, I've found that a lot of folks, some of them have a hard time taking in the knowledge. A lot of times people take in the knowledge, they get it, and they're like, oh yeah, I could have used it for that particular incident in my life. Man, I could have been a millionaire during that time. But then they forget it and they have a problem with storing that knowledge. Okay. And then you have people that take in so much knowledge, they have literally a knowledge explosion in their mind to where they're paralyzed, they're knowledge paralyzed to a point where they can't even apply this knowledge, right? So in this video, we're going to go in and show you the 35 books that if you read them, take notes on them, and literally integrate them within your DNA, your life is going to be changed. Now, this is hard. Most people are not going to do this. In fact, the people, sadly, who are watching, some of you may not do this, right? Which it's understandable, because I speak of this based off of this, statistics, right? Standard deviation. I'm drawing a bell curve, right? But for the people that do, and for the people that integrate this and apply this, you're going to be millionaires. Okay. So let's go ahead and share with you these books, and some of them, maybe 2 of them you've heard of, that I talk about a lot, but some of them you may have not. Okay. So as just a preface really quickly, a lot of these books that you see, let me go ahead and kind of zoom in here so you can see it better. We're going to be taking this information here, and the Mastering Stock Market course, obviously with lifetime access to our stock market data, is going to be using all this information and being able to apply it into today's market schema. And the lovely part about this is once we bring all of you guys up to speed within everything that's in here, and on top of my 10 years of experience, then all of you guys with your own experiences can come together in the meetings and the monthly meetings we have, which we're going to be scheduling soon, I believe by next week. The growth and the potential of opportunity is going to be exponential. Okay, so let's go ahead. The first one obviously is Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. Basically a great book. The premise, the first book I've ever written about, or read about investing. The second book here is Security Analysis, again by Benjamin Graham and David Dodd here. This is more regarding intrinsic value calculations and essentially going 10 years out and discounting back at a 10 to 15% discount rate. This here gives you the shareholders. This book here is the letters regarding the shareholders in terms of from 1965, and I think now you can get it to you can on our website we have them as well. You can read them. But essentially what this does is it helps you, go through the 80s and 90s when we had, let's say in the 80s when we had inflation. You can use that to learn how did Warren Buffett navigate these times, okay? This one here, Buffett, The Making of an American Capitalist. It's one of those books that analyzes the life of Warren Buffett. Does just an incredible job at basically dissecting. And there's other books like that, which we'll talk about. This one here is a bit of a professional book. This was actually recommended by Dr. Michael Burry. Sorry, my apologies. Dr. Burry. I actually reached out to him and he reached back out. It was really, really exciting. I don't know if you guys remember that in the stock terminal. I can't believe I said his name wrong. But this book here, it's advanced. It's an academic book that basically helps you break down financial statements. I mean, if you read this book here, you're going to be able to break down financial statements better than 95 to 90, let's put it this, more than 90% of people in the world. Very clear. Okay. And again, it's how much work you want to put in, which is why the biggest part of being in the stock terminal is you're surrounded by people that want to get better. Okay. We are not trying to settle for a complacent life. We want a life that is worth living. We want to be able to achieve true financial freedom. Okay. So that's a great book. This is an older book by Security Analysis by Graham and Dodd. Obviously, you can read it by this one, but I just wanted to show it to you. It's, if you really want to get the original, it's as a classic, right? But this, so on a more serious note, when Genius Failed, The Rise and Fall of Long-Term Capital Management, you can essentially read it here. I gave a little short summary, but it basically talks about the collapse of the financial markets and how the Federal Reserve basically has bailed out many folks and many countries, not just the United States. And it questions whether this is a correct monetary policy, and are we just kicking down the can, which is the complete annihilation and destruction of fiat currency, written in a very elegant, non-crypto pointing manner. This is like legit a pure great discussion. All the devils are hidden, are here. The hidden history of the great financial crisis. Again, another one of these things that basically, reanalyzes the 2008 financial crisis and whether the Federal Reserve did a good job at essentially, bailing out the economy. Here's another one where Keynes went wrong and why world governments keep creating inflation bubbles and bust. This is a tremendous, just a well thought out book, literally from an economic perspective that will give you an edge in comparison to others that sadly don't understand this connection and this pattern that what this book analyzes. This one here is a more advanced book. I wouldn't obviously start this as your first book for your investment journey, but this is literally what's in the title: Structured Finance and Collateralized Debt Obligations, and it talks about CDOs and synthetic CDOs, and it will help you acknowledge and how to essentially, if you were to understand this book, you would have predicted the great financial crisis and been able to profit billions of dollars off of that. Okay, so there's that. The second one is You Can Be a Stock Market Genius Even If You're Not Too Smart. Uncover the secret hiding places of the stock market profits. Now, listen, guys, these collection of books are the best of the best. Like, we're going through fundamentals. We're going to go ahead and go through the technicals, and I'll give my disclaimer on the technicals part. But this is like, when you take life and there's a lot of BS in life, and when you basically condense life to like just like a gold or a gem, this is what I'm giving you. Okay. All right. So here's another one. Again, it's a tough one. This is a structured credit products. These are their credit derivatives and synthetic securities. So this is a bit of a higher, we're going into like, this is what, Chamath or Dr. Burry, these are definitely high leveled finance. I wouldn't start your investment journey with this, but for all our members in our Mastering Stock Market course in 10, 15 years, I expect you to know this. Okay. And I'm sorry to put that pressure on you. Right. But you're here to grow, right? When you come in here, you're here to grow. I'm not, this is a lifelong mission. Okay. All right. So Black Edge, this is a really nice book that talks about dirty money, hedge funds, what they've done, and the top 25 hedge fund managers earned a combination of 12 billion. And, they really all of them, control around $3 trillion in assets. So it's one of these great books that'll give you insight and you look at unethical practices like paying off insiders and doctors and all these things. So I think this is a great book to add to your innocent minds regarding the stock market, or jaded minds to become more jaded, so you may become a more defensive investor. Okay. This is another one. It's a classic, One Up on Wall Street, a great book that basically helps retail investors understand that they actually have an edge by being the consumers of products than the creators of products, and how they can leverage their jobs and what they see within their job market to see companies that are 10Xers. Okay. This one here, The Snowball, Warren Buffett, A Business Life. So the lady that, Alice here, she was granted a opportunity like no other. She was able to get an intimate understanding of Warren Buffett and really was close with the family, and took everything that she learned in her experiences and wrote it into a book. So I highly advise you add this to your knowledge as well. This is a really good book too. They're all great. I mean, these are all great. Warren Buffett, An Interpretation of Financial Statements, The Search for Company with Durable Competitive Advantage. Literally everything you need to know in a title. Okay, so what this book does, it will basically help you break down financial statements, balance sheets, all these things. So there's a lot of data here. I'm giving you a lot of, understand the mastering course is going to be able to basically show you what I've been doing, okay, which is pretty damn good, right? And then we're going to also, then you'll have the foundation to be able to look at all these other things and add it, right? It's almost like building a house, right? The problem is, and I explain this in the comment sections down below in this specific channel, the problem that most folks have is that, you can't learn calculus if you don't know algebra, right? Because once you take a integral, what's left? You have to do algebra to simplify the equation down. And if you don't know how to do algebra, then you can't, if you don't know how to basically, it's like flying, right? You really got to learn how to basically build like a base, almost like, when you build a house, you build a base first, and then you can add on that base. And that's what, the course is going to give you, right? It's going to give you that base to where you're able to read anything and you'll understand what you don't know and what you do know, and you'll know where to go to find right material for what you don't know, versus people like on AMC, they go listen to anyone on a TV thinking, on YouTube, thinking that they know what they're talking about, when in reality, they're getting false information. And that's how rumors gets sent out like that. Okay. So just give me a little bit. This is a book. It's The Almanac of Charles Munger. Again, this is the defensive side of Warren Buffett, was the rational side, almost like an investment filter, and a great little book to go ahead and look at. So this is The Random Walk Down Wall Street. It really takes a stab at technical analysis and fundamental analysis, and talks more about mutual funds, which is, again, we want to hear perspectives and understand the whole market. A lot of retail investors just focus, let alone not just on stock market, they focus on just one stock. It's this stock or die. And that's not what an investor does. That's just pure stupidness, right? So it's important to, just like for all the doctors that are watching, have a broadened differential diagnosis so you don't miss anything and not have any anchoring biases. Okay. So here's Beating the Street, another classic by Peter Lynch. A great step-by-step approach that you can absorb from his knowledge. And again, acquiring knowledge, add it to your library of knowledge, and being able to apply that knowledge. Okay. This is another one, The Little Book of Common Sense Investing. The only way to guarantee your fair, essentially shake on Wall Street here. A great, there's a lot of great things in this book. Again, another one of those gems. Now we're switching to technical analysis. So Stan Weinstein's secret for profiting in bull and bear markets. Now you may have seen me use one of these diagrams from this individual. I really like his simplified version of just basic indicators and how to, when the short sell a stock. I think this is a great, or the futures or whatever. This is a great book to read. Another one here, this one talks about the psychology of technical analysis and really helps, gives you, it gives you, uh, um, whenever you're on your knees and when you're failing and when you need to remember the tips to essentially, like, in residency, after residency, they say, when you have an emergency situation, you're as, you obviously don't perform optimally. You perform at your shittiest level. And that hopefully would be your level of training. And if the training is very hard and very incredible, then that level of shittiness is pretty damn good, right? So that's the point of what I'm trying to tell you with this book. Okay. So here's another one, The Art of Science of Technical Analysis, Market Structure, Price Actions, and Trading Strategies. It gives you Fibonacci analysis, all these different types of things. Now, again, remember, majority of billionaires, they do fundamental analysis. However, they don't talk about technicals, but if you mix them both, they help. Okay. And we'll explain that in the course. Okay. So this is great by Market Wizards, by Mr. Jack Schwager. This is a wonderful, wonderful book. This individual interviews the top traders in the world, and they give, their insights of what being a successful trader is. And again, we're entering day trader, swing trader type mentality here. Okay, this is an incredible book. Okay, again, like I always told you, if you want to learn, you want to go to where the goats are. Right? When Kobe Bryant learned, he went to, Michael Jackson's, Michael Jordan. I'm so tired. Michael Jordan. My apologies. I've been talking for literally 16 minutes straight, right? So of course I'm going to slip a Michael Jackson in there, right? He went to Michael Jackson, right? But you want to go ahead and go to the top, successful traders and see what their insights are. Now, in terms of technical analysis, the complete resource for financial technicians, this is great. It's a standard book that a chartered market technician does. This is a CMT. These are like trained experts in technical analysis. This is the book that they use to get their license to essentially day trade on the Wall Street floors for hedge funds. Yes. Okay. This is what, I'm giving, this is gold, right? Okay. And this is my expectation to you when you're in our stock terminal. Okay. I want you to push yourself like you've never pushed yourself before. Okay. Because I want us to get wealthy. I want us to have a not rich mindset, a wealthy mindset. Rich means high income. Wealthy means generational income. Okay. Okay. So now, trading in the zone. Here's another great one. I'm just going to kind of go gloss over these really quickly. This is a secret on Fibonacci trading, a great Fibonacci textbook. It says, you could learn this in 3 days. I wouldn't say your level of competency should be 3 days, but it's one of those books that will bring you up to speed and you'll be better if you have the information than not. Okay. Getting Started with Technical Analysis is a great book, again, by Mr. Jack. I respect this gentleman very, very, very a lot, right? So a good book to help you start your technical analysis journey and be able to apply it. And this is where the course and the platform will kick in. This is a great one, Unknown Market Wizards, again by Jack. Obviously, you can see I'm very biased with. I do think this guy has just great insight. But what I like about this book is it covers the unique markets of 2020 to 2022, such as the pandemic caused bear market and the sudden new highs, inflation, and then back to another bear market. Okay. And then here's another technical analysis of financial markets. I believe they dubbed this one as the Bible of technical analysis. Definitely take a look at it. Here's another one. Again, it's not the best technical analysis book, but again, the repetition is the mother of learning. The more different insights you see, the more you add on, the better these neurons and synapses will be strengthened to where you'll be able to access the knowledge. So you'll be able to apply the knowledge and make money. Okay. Now, this is another popular book, A Japanese Candlestick Charting Technique. Definitely take a look at it. It really explains a beautiful art and it gives you an edge like no other. Okay, here's another one, How to Make Money in Stocks, a great book. And here's Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns. And here's this one that basically is a great a way to understand technical analysis and breaks it down and combines a little bit of fundamentals as well. So again, guys, this was a very, very long-winded discussion of each book. And I know, this is a 20-minute video, okay? 20-minute video, right? And that's a lot of information, right? But again, for people that stayed on watching the whole thing, right? That's what separates you from the rest of the sheep, okay? By the way, I just finished a crazy 80 to 100 hour work week. And what am I doing now? Right. And this was in surgery, right? I just finished surgery rotation. What am I doing now? Right. If you want to achieve greatness, you have to not just work harder, but work smarter. Okay. And I hope that this video and these collections of books will change your life, just like how it changed mine. I'll see you on the next one.